Good evening. I'm Desiree Dubois, founder of Homework, and
I'm Gary Zimmerman.
so we are glad to share this time with you this evening because we're involved in real estate, syndications, co-working, co-living, and everything that involves. But it's really interesting and it's very fascinating, I find, to meet people who are also involved in real estate, especially with different professions and how they do it, what they're doing, what their goals are. And I would love to introduce you to Donnise and Joe Webb, who are in Miami, Florida, beautiful Miami, Florida. How are you doing this evening?
We're doing great.
Yes, we are. Pleasure to be here.
Likewise, it was a pleasure meeting you, I guess about a month ago already,
Mhm.
and in a real estate conference. And you were so involved. But first, tell us what you do, quote unquote, as your day job, so your profession.
So professionally, I'm an attorney with a cruise line in Miami, Florida.
And I'm a wealth manager and a business consultant here in Miami, Florida.
So how long have you been involved in real estate? What's that journey been like for you?
Well, our journeys have been a little bit separate. So my first venture into real estate, of course, was buying my primary residence back in 1995. And then I bought my first rental property around 2005, 2006. And in the most recent years, I've acquired a couple additional rental properties. And my husband?
Yes, so I go back, my experience goes back about 35 years. I bought my first rental property while I was in the Air Force. I had a great mentor who was in the space. And after Hurricane Andrew, which was 1992, I bought my first property. And then from there, I just extended, probably overextended, but I owned about 7 or 8 properties at one time. And I transitioned from a job I had once I got out of the Air Force as an electronics technician and became a wealth manager and did both for a while. And then as we came together some years later, just kind of came together in that space.
Right. And along with that journey is, in addition to being active real estate investors owning properties as rentals, we also participate in apartment syndications as well, which is something that we've gotten involved with in the past 5 years.
So tell us about your first syndication. How did you get involved with that?
So my first syndication, we got involved based on a lot of research. I encountered an investor by the name of Monique Hom, real estate investor goddess, and became a part of her community. And that's where I really started to learn about syndications and the benefits of investing in syndications passively to earn passive income versus active rentals. And so it was a very attractive alternative way to invest in real estate. And I looked at the project that she had offering at that time, and we decided to invest. So we brought together a group of investors, and we actually invested collectively in that project.
So how would you describe, for those who are new to syndications, how would you describe or define a syndication?
So a syndication is really just an opportunity for a group of investors to pool their money into a project, whether it's a multifamily or commercial property. In order to buy a large project, you pool your money. Some investors are passive, meaning we just put in money to invest and we get a rate of return. And then there are the general partners or the sponsors of the activity, that they're the ones doing the work, finding the deal. So we as passive investors get to, benefit from the experience and the expertise of the sponsors who are out there finding the deals, financing the deals, managing the deals, and paying us the rate of return.
So was it a little scary when you first started?
It was actually, because it was a new experience. I had never heard about syndications before encountering the real estate investor goddesses. So it was a totally new way of investing for me. And so, yeah, it was a little bit scary at first, but knowing that the people that I was investing with knew what they were doing, that they were experienced investors, and that there were many other investors involved as well, gave me that sense of security. And it turned out to be an exceptional experience and project to be a part of.
Yeah, it's great that you were able to be exposed to that, because both of you started with real estate young, a while ago. So you've been doing real estate as far as rentals and second properties for a while. And so to be able to be open to this new way of investing, there's a lot of benefits. What are some of the other benefits besides, being able to be passive? Like you said, you'll be able to get larger properties with less, with the same amount of money that you have to work with. Someone else is doing all the work as passive, but it's also ways you can diversify your portfolios in different asset classes that otherwise you may not be able to do.
Exactly. The diversification to me was really, really important. Since then we've participated in 3 different syndications. So we were able to put money in different projects. So even right there, there's some diversification because it was not all in one project. But there's also the tax benefits of owning real estate, as far as participating in a syndication. And then the fact that, you'll get a monthly or quarterly, depending on how it's designed, mailbox money coming to you every month.
That's truly passive. That's passive investing as far as I'm concerned. That's truly passive income. And so now that you're involved in it and you've even taken the role of being a co-sponsor, how was that experience for you?
Yeah, so in that first project that we did, we raised funds to participate in that role. So it was a really good experience. It was great to be able to introduce other people who did not know about syndications, did not know about the benefits of it, and to be able to introduce them to the concept and help them walk through the process of investing in syndications.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, is that a lot of people don't know. It's just something that maybe we've all seen or maybe heard of, but it's just something that seems very far removed from us as this individual professional people. And now when you realize, oh, this is an opportunity I can be able to do and be able to expand my asset classes and expand my diversification and my income revenue streams, then it's an amazing thing to do. So what did you say to some of your first time investors? What were some of the things that you found that it was important to them?
Some of the things that we thought was important was what?
Well, I mean, as Donnise said, the whole benefit. So I kind of transitioned a little bit different to the space. I'm being the wealth manager. I've been involved with REITs, real estate investment trusts, understanding what private placement memorandums are, doing due diligence. So I've had that experience in the space. So when my wife did the extensive research and wanted to do this actively, for me, it was an easy transition into seeing what she's doing, because I've been in this space a little bit more passively per se. So, to always want to expose and empower and educate individuals to expand their horizon, expand opportunity, is really where I come from. I'm not your typical advisor, if you would. So it was easy for us to come together and to look at this and to be involved and to use some of my experience and her passion, because I, definitely with the things that I do, you can only do so much. So it's nice to be able to partner with her passion to allow us to succeed in what we're doing.
Gary, a lot of he's amazing, as he mentioned, because of the fact that some financial advisors do not see the vision in syndications. Share some of our experiences with that.
Yeah, we've had several of them that if they don't understand the space, if they don't understand real estate investments, if they don't understand syndications, then they just simply say that no, this isn't something you want to put your money into, which may not necessarily be the best advice. It may be good advice for the advisor, but maybe not so much for the investor. Joe, you have a fantastic opportunity and a fantastic perspective to offer your the people that you advise by knowing real estate and syndications and all that. And it's amazing that you're an amazing person to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, because it's important that also some people don't realize that some of their financial advisors are commission based, and so they're going to say no, because they don't want you to move those monies, so to speak, and commissions to them into another asset class. So just because of that reason, they'll say they'll advise against it, or like Gary says, not familiar with it. So in the protection of their client, they'll say no, it's not a good investment for you. So you're fee-based, and that means that you have a very broad and you have a mutual position that you're looking at for both your client and you're looking at for your client. And I think that's really commendable. And I think people that are looking into this opportunity should take that in mind when they we encourage them to get advice from the people that they support them. But when you do that, find out from your financial advisor what their experience has been, what they really know and don't know about not only real estate, but as far as the markets that we're in and as far as syndications and how it works. Otherwise, they won't be able to, properly advise them. So you're talented in that way.
Yep. You're amazing.
You're exceptional.
Yeah.
Exceptional.
I do appreciate that.
No,
And
because
it
we've
is-
had that. We've
Yeah.
had, quite a few, unfortunately.
Yep.
People that were denied the opportunity because they took the advice of their trusted advisor, which again, we cannot, fault them for. But the advisor didn't. I said, are they familiar with real estate? Do they even know what a syndication is themselves? And the answer was no. Well, then, that's not the appropriate person. So in closing, you're working with us, and we're excited to be working with the next property in Mexico, San Jose del Cabo. And it's an amazing opportunity for people to get involved in, for accredited investors and people that are looking for passive income and returns from 16% all the way up to 20%.
16 to 22%.
16 to 22% returns, and with dividends paid monthly. So we're really excited to have you involved in that. And then also, both of you are sophisticated enough to be comfortable to expand your portfolio to international. Some people, returns are so much different there. Returns are so much better there at this time.
Yep.
So what do you have to say?
I say welcome, and we're happy to have you on board.
And I thank you. So what would you like to say in closing, Mr. and Mrs. Webb?
Well, we're excited to just, continue our venture with regard to syndications and exploring all the different opportunities that are available. And as Joe said, educating people as to investing, whether it's in the US or abroad, in syndications, because it's a really great opportunity.
Yeah, definitely a pleasure meeting you both as well, and looking at these great possibilities for 2023.
Yes, yay.
Awesome.
Thank you, and have a good night. And thank you so much for joining us. To find out more, feel free to go to Homework. That's HOMWORK.com. And that's where you can live where you work where you live, anywhere in the world. Reach out to us. To look forward to seeing you.